President Lincoln predicted a 90-day civil war between the North and the South. He decided that a small attack on the Confederate Army at Bull Run could possibly lead to the capture of Richmond, Virginia, the capital of the South.
On July 21, 1861, the Union forces fought the Confederates at Bull Run, where they lost due to Stonewall Jackson and his strong and immobile troops. The battle, later named the First Battle at Bull Run, showed each side that more planning and preparation was necessary. The second battle occurred in August of 1862, when General Lee defeated General Pope's Union forces.
Of our brothers gone before.
The North, under McClellan, formed the Peninsula Campaign in 1862. The North was beat in the 7 Days Battle when Robert E. Lee, the leader of the South's army, launched a counterattack on the North.
General McClellan had a plan for total war, which consisted of 6 parts. The first was to blockade the southern ports. The second, to liberate slaves to make the southern economy fail. The third was to control the Mississippi River area. The fourth was to attack the heart of the South, Georgia, North Carolina, and South Carolina. The fifth was to capture Confederate army at Richmond. And the sixth was to attack the Confederate strongholds and force them to surrender.
Antietam, the turning point of the Civil War, occurred on September 17, 1862. It was the bloodiest battle of the Civil War. Although it was technically a tie, the North won politically, keeping Europe out of the war. This battle led to the Emancipation Proclamation.
On September 23, 1862, Lincoln issued the Emancipation Proclamation, calling for the freedom of all the slaves. Although the president intended for all slaves to be free, he did not push emancipation in the border states because he was worried they would secede.
The Battle of Gettysburg on July 1, 1863, was the battle that broke the South, making it possible for the North to win the Civil War. The North, led by General Meade, fought the 3-day battle against General Lee and his troops, leading to an eventual victory.
On November 19, 1863, President Lincoln delivered the Gettysburg Address, summing up the consequences of the war in a few short minutes. He highlighted the fact that liberty and equality were core American values and at the center of the Emancipation Proclamation.
Lincoln was having trouble finding a general who could finish off the Civil War with a Northern victory, and eventually chose Ulysses S. Grant. He seemed to be a poor choice, almost losing the Battle of Shiloh, but came through in the Battle of Vicksburg, further confirming the Northern win.
The 1864 presidential election was between the Republican Lincoln and the Democratic General McClellan, whom Lincoln had previously fired from his army. Lincoln eventually won the election when he formed the Union Party, joining Republicans and war Democrats together.
General Robert E. Lee surrendered to General Grant at the Appomattox Courthouse in Virginia in April of 1865. This act officially ended the Civil War with a Northern victory.
To the call of our brothers gone before, shouting the battle cry of freedom, and we'll fill the vacant ranks with 1,000,000 free.
Only a few days after the South's surrender, Lincoln was assassinated by John Wilkes Booth while attending a play at Ford's Theater in Washington. He died a war hero in the Northerners' eyes, but the South was glad to get rid of him.
While we rally round the flag, boys, rally once again, shouting.
The Civil War cost over 600,000 lives and $15 billion. It physically and economically destroyed the South. However, it showed the resilience of the U.S. in the face of adversity and eventually led to the abolition of slavery nationwide.
And although they may be poor, not a man shall be a slave, shouting the battle cry of freedom, the Union.